Okay, so the last thing we're going to do, first thing on the last day, is we're going to double click our project, open up GarageBand, and we're going to export this file to a music file that we can put anywhere. And once you've got this and you've double checked that everything is right, so just for kicks, make sure yours are. So I'm going to put my playhead at various key points. Make sure that at this point, at 9.1, you see these edits where this one stops, this one starts, this one starts. Right over here, we've got this one ends on that one starts here. This one ends, that one starts, this is still in the middle, this one starts, and so on. All of these parts, these are critical points. Right here, you'll notice what happens at 33.1. At the end of the 32nd measure, at the beginning of the 33rd measure, this one will start, this one will start, this one will start, that one ends, and so on. All of these key junctures right here, and so on. And if you need to, just pause the video, look at this, what it says up here, and make sure yours matches right here. This one has to end. What is that one called? I can't remember what that one's called. That's called Warp Speed Effect 04. Okay. So Warp Speed Effect 04 ends at this measure. That one just ends right. Oh, the Boomer 07 goes here. And right here, all of these end. And this one ends and this one starts. Now, for exporting this, let's see. Let's just suppose I have this chosen, okay? So maybe I just want to export the end. Someone wants to, maybe I'm working for someone and I want to export just the end from here to here. Well, what there? Okay, so from here to here. Choose the region, and now I'll show you the differences, okay? So first of all, you're going to go to the Share menu. It's not under, there's no export here. So you're going to go to the Share menu. Don't do Song to Music. That'll go to the Music app. And don't do that. So we want to export the song to disk. You could do a few other things if you had a SoundCloud account, but let's do export song to disk. And right here, we choose our favorite flavor of sound file. We're going to choose MP3 for now. High quality 192 is good. You could crank that all the way up. Right here, export the cycle area. That's this area right here. So if you wanted to send just this end, like you're working on it with someone, you want to say, hey, let me show you the end of this song. Maybe you've got a 5-minute song. You don't want to send them the whole thing. This would only export this part right here, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to turn that off. I want the whole thing done. High quality here. This is the name of it and the date. What else has it got in here? Yeah, it tells me the time and all that. Yeah, that's okay. You just leave it all like that. It'll be on your desktop and hit export. And this is called bouncing. It's actually going through. I don't know where that term came from, but it's bouncing through. In audio, that's what you talk about it. It bounces through, it renders it all, and then it converts it. And now that's saved. So I'm going to quit GarageBand. And you will see that I've got my file right here. Now, this, please don't double click. Let me show you something. If I were to, first of all, right click and get information. I'll show you what happens when you double click. If you were to double click this file, it's going to open with the default app, which is Apple's music app. It used to be called iTunes. I don't know why, but I really don't like that. I like changing it to QuickTime. So any file that ends with an MP3, if I double click, it will open QuickTime. So I'm going to do that. And I'm actually going to hit change all. I'm not sure you're going to be allowed to, but I'm going to do that. I don't think I can do it if I'm using QuickTime to record. Let's find out. I'll double click. Oh, good. And it opened up in QuickTime. QuickTime is a lot easier to open, but I can hit play. And notice it's about 1minute and 48 seconds. And I didn't even double check. I'm going to look at my GarageBand and see if it's 1:48. It doesn't tell me in minutes, but let me show you what I'm talking about. So right here, if I come up and I click this, oh, yeah, right there. I can choose beats and project, beats and time. So there's my 1:48. Just how many beats, or just the time, or beats and project. So it gives me more info. Don't ever change the 128. until after you've exported it. You can play around with that by all means. And it's really weird how it sounds. So I'm going to, we're just playing around anyway. So I'm going to put this like right there. We'll play this part, and I'll change the tempo, really slow, like maybe 80. And I'll play this part. Just doesn't quite do it. So we had 128. What if I took it up to like 160? I don't know why I want to be even numbers, but just listen to this. Anyway, whatever you export needs to be at 128, and you'll notice how these down at the bottom, they stretch and grow depending on what I'm at, but make sure you're back at 128 before you export. I don't care what you do after you export, but at least make sure your project is 128 there. I've made some changes, so I'm going to hit save. And your upload for today, the last final project of this one, is to give me this MP3 file, upload that. Okay, I'm going to restrict it, so it has to be an MP3 when you upload. Actually, no, never mind, because I want to be able to play it. So yeah, upload this, the MP3 file, and if you change this, that's totally fine. I'm going to do that, change it, so now when I double click it, if I do get info again, it should show me the QuickTime logo. Oh, it still doesn't. It shows Apple, but that's okay. Anyway, I hope that helps. I'm going to quit that. Yeah, that's it.